welcome to the homemade Italian cuisine. Today we are going to be making Marie's Italian tomato sauce. It's quite a simple recipe that I learned when I was a child. So I'd like to tell you the ingredients right now. First, we will start with contadina tomato sauce in cans of 15 ounces. And we're going to use 4 of them. I like contadina as opposed to some others because I am confident in the sodium content. I do not need to add any salt to my tomato sauce. The same applies for Hunt's tomato sauce. And be careful to get contadina sauce, not puree and not crushed. It's tomato sauce. Then I use fresh basil, which has already been cleaned. And I use several leaves of it. I would say about 6 or 7. I use 1 large onion, fresh garlic, several cloves. I use onion powder, garlic powder, and pepper, as well as Wesson canola cooking oil, but you could use whatever cooking oil you choose, as long as it's either vegetable or canola. Olive oil will give it a very different taste. So, those are the ingredients, and you can go to the link to find the list of ingredients as well as the recipe. Let's begin making Marie's Italian tomato sauce. First, I will place each of the tomato cans into a pot. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once the tomato sauce, again remember tomato sauce, not puree, has been put into the pot, I take my garlic powder. You'll notice I'm not using a measuring spoon. I look at the surface of the pot and I sprinkle a little bit of the garlic powder so it covers about, I would say, approximately 1/2 of the surface. And then I know I haven't added too much. I do the same with the garlic powder. Here you go. That's it. And the pepper I use just about 1/4 of the surface. Little sprinkle. And that is all I need. I place my pot on the stove, and I have an electric oven. It will be placed at approximately level 7. I want this to eventually come to a boil. So I take my spoon and I stir it. And I wait, putting it on approximately 7. At the same time, I put another burner on and I place oil. Again, you could use canola or vegetable oil. And I would say it is approximately 1.5 cups. Now, this will provide a very generous layer of oil for my sauce, which once it's all cooked, you can remove it. People may think that my sauce has a great deal of oil on it, and it does, but you can remove it, but it is the oil which gives it the taste. So let's start heating up the oil. While I'm heating up the oil, I take an onion, and I need to wash the onion. Now we will take the onion, which I have just washed, and dice it. You can use a chopper if you choose, but it's very simple to just chop it into little pieces. Being careful not to hurt yourself in any way. And once the onions have been cut into smaller pieces, you take the onions and you put it in the pot that has oil on it on the stove. You can hear it sizzling. It's starting to get warm. The next thing is you take basil, which I've already cleaned, several sprigs of it, and several leaves, and you place the basil in the onion mixture. The third ingredient is the garlic. Now, you cut the garlic. I like to use approximately 5 cloves. I cut the other side. You can peel this however you choose. I just like to save time and do it that way. And then you take it and you peel the cloves. This takes a few minutes. I have just peeled the garlic, and now I will take the garlic and rinse it. Many would disagree that you don't have to place the garlic under the water, but I'm very cautious when I cook. If you noticed in my video from the meatballs that I made, that I am very careful to make sure that my cooking surface is always clean and all ingredients placed in my dishes have been carefully prepared. So I have now chopped up the garlic, and now I will place the garlic in the pot with the oil and the basil. Now, if you look here, you will see that the garlic, onion, and basil mixture is working its way up to a boil. And we want to get that to a point that it is golden brown. As that is cooking, we make sure we stir our pot. Once it comes to a boil, and the onion mixture is also crispy at a crispy brown look, then we can place the oil mixture in the tomato sauce. We will be right back after the onion mixture has turned to a golden brown and we are ready to put it into the sauce. We will be right back after the break. Now that the onions have turned to a golden brown and the tomato sauce is boiling, I will strain out the onion, garlic, and basil. And if you notice, it's going to start to sizzle. You immediately start stirring. And then lower your flame to approximately 3. And then stir it well. Close the back burner. And then you place your cover on top. I would say that this should cook for approximately 20 to 30 minutes, but I go for 30 minutes. And this will serve, you will have left over if you make a pound of pasta, which we are preparing here. You will have left over for another pound of pasta tomorrow night. We're waiting for this water to boil, and then we will place in, you could use any pasta of your choice. Okay, the sauce has been cooking for approximately 30 minutes with stirring every 10 minutes to make sure that the temperature is set right. So I've turned off the stove, the heat, and now I will stir again and take a scoop of the sauce and put it at the bottom of my dish. Actually, 2 scoops. Okay, then I place the pasta in the dish. Cooked al dente, and it may not all fit, so I'm going to put another 2 scoops in, actually another 3. Then I will start stirring. Smells delicious. It's perfect. Now, when you take the sauce from the pot with the sauce in it. You'll notice on top there's a lot of oil. You can drain out that oil. So when I get the scoop, I go to the bottom so that you don't want the sauce to be too early. And I put a nice little layer on top. And then you can store this in a container, and you can even freeze it if you'd like. But be certain to take off the top layer of oil and just discard it because you don't need that extra fat on top. This is Marie's Italian tomato sauce placed on Italian pasta. Enjoy your meal.